I see people always, they just drag themselves into people's lives. I see people, young people, that waste their entire period of life chasing people that don't even care an ounce. Some of them people don't want to come back. What are you trying to remind them of? So this is a small little story time video. I think I once made one of this video last year. You guys said, no, you should make one of these every now and then. And so this is one of them. So whenever you see story time, you know we're about to get a little bit personal. Please don't be sending sad panda videos on this one. And so this is actually coming from a particular thought that I'd seen on Podcast and Chill when they had Zola 7 over, and he spoke about fatherhood when he was about to actually start his show. And so he had to reconcile himself to certain things that had happened from a personal perspective with his father, that he needed to reconcile those thoughts. And so this is coming from that thought. On this one, a bit of a personal video, but don't worry, won't be not too much sad panda. So this, I feel it's one of those videos where I'm communicating what decisions actually lead up to a particular thought process. Now, I'll make another video later on contrasting this with my stepdad. And I need you guys to watch that video. I will post it very soon, maybe hopefully next week or something like that. Biological dad, which is what I'm going to talk about, contrast to my stepdad, but that's going to be another video. So this particular story that's happening is around the period of 2014 and 15. Okay, it's a couple of years back, and by this period between me and my biological dad, there wasn't any issues. We were distant, but I never saw him as a distant dad because all the other family members from his side were always there. So I never really associated with him being absent. This thing that happened here to me told me, you're cutting this man off. You don't need people like this. I think, I see people doing kumbulekaya and I'm like, I'm not doing kumbulekaya for no reason. You don't want to be here. There's no restraining order to bring you closer. I have no objectives for that. Why? Because my mother's side of the family had always been there to a point where I never really saw the absence of a father. I was raised by women. First of all, on this day, I'm not even planning to go see him. Every time we finished the meeting, when I'm leaving, I meet my cousin in town. Like, hey, dude, what are you doing? You lost? What's going on? He says, no, I was here to see somebody that was supposed to give me my money for the work that I did. I can't find him. So now he's stuck in town. And so I'm like, hey, man, no problem, I'll give you. But what are the odds that I would meet my cousin just at a random in Joburg, city with over 3 million people, and I just meet him and he's stranded on that day? So I'm like, you know what? Where's my dad? He's like, no, I stay with him. Oh, okay, let's go. You stay with him? It's not in part of my plans, but any chance to see dad? We got there very, very late. It was very late and I'd done enough to see him. He's not there by that time. 10, 11 o'clock. He comes like 11 towards 12 o'clock. And when he comes, he sits down and he talks to everybody, like my cousin at this time. And he's talked for like 40 minutes straight. Didn't acknowledge me at all. And I'm talking about silence. I don't know if silence is a whistle, but at that moment, silence feels like a whistle. So at this moment, I'm just sitting there. They're talking about what they're talking about. They're laughing about what they're laughing about. And after this conversation is done, then he turns around, he looks at me and he says, where are the others? He felt like we should have come to him. He said, like, where are the sisters? I have 2 sisters. So where are the twins? In my mind, the first thing that knocked was not to answer him. The first thing that knocked was, I've been sitting here for like the past 30 minutes. I've gone through hell and high waters to just come here and see you. And you took 30 minutes to acknowledge that I'm sitting here. Bear in mind, I'm not a kid anymore. I'm like 25 and so forth. And so these things come up quickly. It comes up quickly that you think I'm a fool, don't you? I'm telling you, I didn't talk to him for more than 10 minutes. I kid you not. And he went to bed. So I went to bed also. In the morning, I wake up 8 o'clock in the morning. Okay, Mandem's gotta go back to life, innit? When I wake up, he's not there. It's 8 in the morning. Okay, did he go to work? No, he didn't go to work. He's with his friends. Oh, okay. They said, okay, no, go call him. They send someone, a kid, go call him so that he can come, sit down, talk to his son. And this is influenced by this. Whenever you were around my dad, he's one of those that are very proud. So this can deceive you. This can deceive you big time, because you see him bragging. This is my son. He's old now. I've raised a child. You raised a child. Interesting. You don't even know how much a jokey I wear is. So it's that type of a person. So when I'm growing and I'm at this particular age, 24, 25, I'm now putting one and one together to say, why are you that braggy person when you're with people? But when you are here in the family, you don't even acknowledge Mandem. 11, he's not back. They've went to call him at 8. So they say, you know what? Just go pass by the brewery where he is. I'm like, what? The man is at the brewery. He's at the pub. He's at the pub at 8 in the morning. I thought, and the money that I have is literally money that is left for me to go from where they stay to town, from town to my house. And he asks me for money for a bottle. I'm like, no, I don't have money for that. I'm literally left, and I'm not being funny by this moment. I'm left with money to go from here to town to my house. It's like, no, you make a plan. I'll make a plan, the man says. Turned around, looked at me and said, I'll make a plan. I looked at him. I kid you not. I looked at him and I was like, wow. Wow. I gave him. And I said something in my heart that is very important, which goes back to that conversation you watched by Zola right there. So just put 2 and 2 and make sure that you understand the full story, and not come out as if you are misinterpreting someone or something. So I turned around and I looked at him and I said, I didn't say it to him, but I said this through my heart, and I said, this money I'm giving you will be the last you'll ever see in mine. And this will be the last money I spend, either to you, from you, or whatever. That's what I told myself that day. Because I can't have that next to me. It's important to realize that, listen, man, the world is big. Okay. The world is big. We'll make friends other places. We'll find people, father figures, other places. When a person doesn't want to be part of your life, you don't push them in. You don't drag them. They're not dragging you for nothing. You don't want to be there, you don't want to be there. Hump. I see people they just drag themselves into people's lives. I see young people that waste their entire period of life chasing people that don't even care an ounce. Oh, kumbule kaya. Some of them people don't want to come back. What are you trying to remind them of? You can't have that. Now imagine there's a lot of young people who've made a final decision about God. Like you've heard the statistics of saying a lot of young people have bad relationships with church or God because they have bad relationships with parents. It would be a very bad decision for me to take a perspective about God from my biological dad. It just doesn't work. But for my stepdad, I can completely. That man will kill you for me. I've said that before. That man will slit your throat clean off for me. But here is a man who is supposed to be biological. She's your sperm. But at the moment when I'm telling him, didn't plan to be here, this is my last money, he says, no, give me, let me buy a bottle. He's not even concerned. Man is not concerned about how I am getting home. You cut those people off. There are certain people you do not need in your space. It's Ricky. Just wanted to tell you this small little story. Please don't be pity-patting in the comment section. Don't feel bad for the man. Man them didn't want to be there. I don't think we should force him to be there. Can stay over there. I'll stay in my lane. We Gucci. It's Ricky. Other videos done today, they'll be down in the pin comments, and yeah, be good. Salute.